You're listening to the Valley Labor Report.
Alabama's only union talk radio show. This is the Valley Labor Report. My name is Jacob Morrison, here with my co-host and fellow agitator, Adam Keller. Adam, what happened last week in Huntsville?
Well, right now, as we are speaking in the studio live at Spice Radio, North Alabama School for Organizers is hosting their Automotive Free Clinic. So that is today, August 21st. It started this morning at 8 o'clock, and I believe it's going to run till 3 o'clock. So if you're in the area, definitely check that out if you get a chance. They are at New Futures Homeless Shelter, providing oil changes, light repairs, and maintenance education. Again, just, really admire the mutual aid being demonstrated there. So I'm sure it's not too late to chip in a couple bucks if you can afford it, or, maybe swing by, bring some snacks.
Swing by, bring some snacks, or if your car needs repaired and you're not able to, and you don't have the funds to fix it, if it's something easy like an oil change, filter replacement, light replacement, or just a general maintenance check, they can do that, and they can do that for free. That's what they're there for. So that is at the New Futures Homeless Shelter in Huntsville.
Yeah, and also happening today, I believe it's just started at 10 o'clock. It's going to run through 4 up at Burritt on the Mountain. The League of Women's Voters are having basically a anniversary celebration of women's suffrage with a special event. So that would be a great thing to take your kids to today, Saturday, August 21st. And Thursday, August 26th at 6 p.m. Central Time, is a special event with Kim Kelly that we just mentioned. It's called Mother Jones We Shall Rise Blair 100 Conversation, featuring Kim Kelly, Elliot Gorn, and Jenny Ayers, hosted by the Mother Jones Heritage Project. Blair100.com is where you can find some more information about that. The Battle of Blair Mountain coming up on this 100th anniversary. There's going to be a ton of special events happening in the area. We've talked with Dr. Chuck Keeney, who is the author of Battle for Blair Mountain, and he's done a lot of great work with the Mine Wars Museum. So even if you can't make the trek to West Virginia, you can get a taste of the events from home on the computer Thursday evening. Check that out. And a week from today, on Saturday, August 28th, People for Democracy will hold a virtual rally to support voting rights and safeguard democracy at 12 o'clock, running through 2 p.m. Yours truly is going to be one of the speakers, and hopefully Jacob will get a chance to join us as well to bring some labor movement perspective to this event. I know they have speakers from the NAACP, ACLU, League of Women Voters, and other organizations, and it is a national effort, so there's going to be these rallies all over the country. This one's technically based out of Athens, but like I said, it's a virtual rally. Anyone, if you're listening to us in cyberspace, you can also participate in this virtual march on for voting rights. And at the hyper-local level, Huntsville District 1, that is North Huntsville, is having a town hall on redistricting Tuesday, September 7th at 5:30 p.m. at Jemison High School. We have talked a little bit about redistricting. That is going to be a major, impact from the local to the state to the national level over the next 10 years. So wherever you are, if you're in Huntsville, check that out. But wherever you are, wherever your community is, try to figure out what's happening with redistricting. Check out public hearings, whatever you can, just to know, because chances are your voting lines could change. You may be assigned to a different legislative district, city council district, what have you. And in terms of a few local updates.
Yeah, and also I want to mention, about events. Ben Job with Spice Radio, who's been helping us out some with the production here while we're getting the hang of this new studio. Thanks, Ben. He texted us and he said that there is a block party in 5 Points, the 5 Points block party at Goldsmith Schiffman Field until 8 tonight, and it is free. So if you're looking for some entertainment tonight, that would be something fun to go to.
Yeah, support your local artists and musicians, for sure. And local news, just yesterday, William Darby, the murderer cop, supported by Huntsville Mayor Tear Gas Tommy Battle and the HPD chief, Mark McMurray. You know, they have been big fans and supporters of this murderer cop, William Darby. Well, he was sentenced to 25 years in prison yesterday. And Ashley Remkus of AO.com has confirmed that the city budget's allocation of $125,000 for his defense has all been spent. So your taxpayer dollars at work. Not only are they given away to bribe corporations to come here and give us crappy jobs, in this case, it was also used to defend a murderer cop. On August 18th, Hamilton Nolan, a friend of the show, published an article in these Times called "Workers of Color at Major Electric Bus Company Allege Widespread Racism on the Job." And the reason I mention that is because he's reporting about workers of New Flyer, which has locations not just in California, but right here in Alabama. And they are alleging years of discrimination. And as another tie-in, Jobs to Move America, we just spoke to one of their directors, Patricia Todd. JMA has actually been working with workers at New Flyer and has been successfully negotiating what they call community benefit agreements with some of New Flyer's competition. That's something they have in the works to try to secure with New Flyer. And basically the community benefits agreement, they take different forms. In this case, it is basically almost a stand-in for a union contract. It's not the same, but it's a way to kind of get some guarantees, in this case about diversity in hiring practices and other standards. And the community benefits agreement is also kind of an alternative. We talked a little bit about these subsidy things and what could be an alternative approach. And this is an alternative approach where state or local resources could be leveraged to, recruit industry, but in a way that actually guarantees certain returns and guarantees a reflection of our values as a community, whether it's on the issue of safety, whether it's environmental standards, and of course, importantly, labor standards. What do you pay folks? What kind of benefits do you offer? How do you treat your folks? What's your relationship with unions? Are you union busters? Are you willing to at least, be neutral? So definitely check out that article if you get a chance, because there were some interesting things mentioned there. One of our local folks, Emily Erickson, she is a professor here locally. She actually did a study that was connected to this article here because she found at the Anniston, Alabama New Flyer plant, there was a $3.14 per hour pay gap between black and white workers. And there were similar racial disparities in terms of on-the-job injuries and scheduling. So that's something, check it out. I didn't expect even more in these Times coverage for Alabama workers, but that's great that that's out there. Yeah. And the last thing, which also connects to our entire conversation today, is a new study from Wallet Hub. And it ranked the best and worst states for healthcare by analyzing cost, access, and health outcomes. Now, surprise, Alabama was ranked dead last. Number 51, in fact, including Washington, D.C. So ranked dead last overall. We were ranked 48th in cost and access and 49th in health outcomes. Unsurprisingly, states in the Northeast tended to be among the best, the Southeast among the worst. States like Alabama, who've rejected Medicaid expansion, tended to be at the bottom of the barrel. So as I've said many, many times before on this show and elsewhere, Alabama tends to be the best at everything bad and the worst at everything good.
Yeah.
And we can change that.
I also want to mention that the extension of the rent moratorium was ruled constitutional by a federal court that may or may not go up to the Supreme Court. But the reason that the eviction moratorium was ruled constitutional, and the reason that they extended it again was to give people more time to get on their feet after this pandemic and take advantage of the resources that have been allocated allocated to help you pay your rent, help you pay your utilities, and get back on your feet with this. And there are resources, there have been funds allocated to help people pay their rent, and the North Alabama Area Labor Council on Facebook posted a link, and I put it in the comments section on our YouTube video to a directory where you can find aid that you can use to help you come out of this really difficult period. So go to our YouTube page and you can find that link, or you can go to the North Alabama Area Labor Council's Facebook page and you can scroll down a little bit and find that link to the rental assistance programs. Folks, you have been listening to the Valley Labor Report. Thank you for your time, and we will see you next week.
Hey, you listen to conservative talk radio all week. Why don't you try something different for a change? The Majority Report with Sam Cedar is a 5-time award-winning daily left-wing political talk show. We go live every weekday at 11 a.m. Central Time on our YouTube channel. You can find it by searching for The Majority Report. We talk about the news, we take libertarian callers, we have debates, we interview guests on topics ranging from the post-Civil War Reconstruction era, child poverty, capitalism, the intellectual dark web, and more. And that's all just within the last month. If you want to hear what smart, progressive political talk that is occasionally amusing sounds like, then you need to tune in. And you're always welcome to call in if you want to hear the correct opinion on any given topic. I will give it to you. Tune into the Majority Report at 11 a.m. Central Time on YouTube, or later, wherever you get your podcasts.
If you want to see what we're up to throughout the week and get our snide quips about the news of the day, then you should follow us on social media. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/The Valley Labor Report. We're on Twitter at Labor Reporters. I'm on Twitter at JacobM_AL. If you missed part of the show and you want to go back and watch it later, you can search YouTube for The Valley Labor Report and subscribe to our channel. We keep the full show there, and we also upload segments throughout the week. We do upload the program on more than 11 different podcasting apps, so to see if we are on your listening platform of choice, you can go to thevalleylaborreport.transistor.fm/subscribe. We've got a website where you can buy our hats and our stickers. That is thevalleylaborreport.org, and we had a fellow that actually accidentally bought too many hats, and he sent the extras back. So we now again have 2 more hats left. So if you want one of our hats, it's $35. That includes shipping and handling. You can go to thevalleylaborreport.org. We're also looking for T-shirt ideas. So if you've got one, then DM us. And finally, if you appreciate our work and you want to help us stay on the air, the best way to do that is to throw us a few dollars a month on patreon.com/The Valley Labor Report.